Hey guys, Joel Fisher here, mortgage loan officer in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm on Zillow today and I'm going to go through a property and can you afford the mortgage payment? So we're going to zoom in and we're going to pick a random property. I'm going to do this one here, 515. It is 8681 Bell Cove Circle. Again, just a random property. So this one is a 4-bed, 4-bath, 2,500 square feet. It is listed at 515. So let's go down to the mortgage section here. So at first glance, they have an estimated payment of $2,833. Zillow tends to always go with like best case scenario, the most money down, like the highest credit. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at principal and interest, and yep, they have 20% down, which is $103,000. So I'm going to change this to 5% down. That's what most people are probably going to be able to afford. $25,750 is 5% down. Today's rates are much higher. They're kind of mid to high sixes. So I'm going to just go in the middle just to get this dialed in. Now that changes to $3,856. So quite the increase. Next, when you do put down less than 20%, you have mortgage insurance. 318 seems a little high, but I'm just going to leave that for now. Next, we'll go into property taxes. So right above it, they have the tax year. So for 2024, the property taxes were 2017 or annually. So that's 168 a month. And this one's a little high. Zillow will always take a tax rate by 45%. So we're going to lower this a little bit just to get that closer into 168. That is going to dial in your taxes then. All right, so 167, close enough. Home insurance, 172. Again, this property is 515. So I am going to up this a little bit because homeowners insurance in Colorado is a lot more spendier than other places. Maybe I'm just going to go 3,000. That's probably going to be closer for home insurance. HOA fees, homeowners association fees. Does not look to be any HOA on this property, so we just have principal and interest, insurance, property taxes, and home insurance. So that gives you a payment of $3,908, which is going to be probably more accurate. Again, it's estimated. It may change a little bit depending on when you're buying, depending on rates and what your home insurance comes into. But we're about $4,000. So now let's look what it's the income you need to afford that. So on a conventional loan, the debt to income ratio is 50% is like the absolute max. So if we divide this by 0.5, you need to make at least $7,816 gross. It does not include liabilities. So if you have a car payment of, let's say $500 a month, let's say you have student loans, those are $250 altogether. And let's say you have a boat or something, for another $400. Well, now your income has to be $8,966 a month to qualify for this $3,908 payment, and that's the max. So, if homeowners insurance increases too much or something else increases too much, like rates, you may not be able to afford this anymore. So, I like to do about a 40% debt to income ratio. That gives you're not house broke. It gives you money to continue to pay your bills, money to save up, and then if something breaks in the house, you're not going to be scrambling just to find some money to fix it up. So at a $3,908 payment, 40% DTI is about $9,700. And again, if we add in some debts, that car payment, that boat, let's say student loans again, now we're realistically looking at $10,920. That is gross. That's going to be what you need to afford this $3,908 and give you kind of some flexibility there. So hope this helps. If you guys have any other questions or want to talk about what your mortgage payment is, reach out and we can chat. Thanks.